is a review, kind of a quick review for the HiFiMAN SUNDARA. Music I listened to evaluate this set is the Black Sabbath Sweet Leaf, Tupac Ambitions as a Rider, Big Boy, Kill Jill, America, Tin Man, Beatles Across the Universe, and Dear Prudence. Everything else I listened to pretty much reinforced what these gave me. The clarity and resolution on this set is excellent. Planar. If you got the P1s and you thought, I'd like to get up into the full-size headphones, I don't know what the competition is at this price, but these sound actually really nice. Black Sabbath. This is really hard for dynamic drivers to do. There's a lot of distortion. One of the better benefits of planar, apparently, to the ear is that they're very fast, I guess, and that the distortion is minimalized in a way that dynamic drivers can't quite keep up with. It's a give and take thing. Dynamic drivers have a presentation that is like home cooking for some people, and these are not that. And for some people, this is home cooking. So it depends on your thing. If you come from dynamic drivers, this might be a notable difference. But I will tell you that Black Sabbath will sound a lot clearer and a lot better. The drum bass work that's going on from 230 to 322, 250 to 322 is of note. You can listen to that. It sounds crystal clear. Next track would be Tupac, Ambitions as a Rider. I had heard that the bass, I don't know what this looks like on a frequency. I should try to check, but I don't. The only reviewer and grapher I really trust is Critical, and I don't think he's really done that many headphones. This sounds great, actually. I thought people said, bass isn't that great. Tupac's bass is focused up around 70 hertz, mostly. In car audio, I changed my crossover when I did Tupac or when I did Ghetto Boys, because the bass hits were usually lower with Rap-A-Lot mastered stuff, Jay Prince and In the Gang. So I'm very familiar with that. This sounds fine. This is a slightly just up out of the sub bass, and it sounds really nice. The issue that I came into, it's not a big issue, but it's worth mentioning in a review, is right here. And this is Big Boy, Kill Jill, featuring Killer Mike and Jeezy. And at 33, there's a big bass drop. At 46, the bass line comes in. This bass drop is it's a kind of a double. The first one is, I think, a single, and then it turns into a boom, boom, like a double hit. They're two different hits. They're very close in space and time, like they're right next to each other. One of the lower amplitude, the lower volume relative to the other, is actually existing in the sub bass. So when you listen to this and you hear that bass hit on a dynamic set, you hear the double boom. It's a boom. On this set, I catch half of that and I don't catch the other half. So this has got this. There's no EQ anywhere going on. Anything. This thing. Nothing. Sub bass gone. Stand-up bass brilliant. That's what I wrote while I was listening. So sub bass is probably slightly rolled on this set, and it's audible on this particular track. America, Tin Man, I'm gonna go with M-O-P-Q-R-S-T, the Beatles. Here we go. The Beatles always sound, Dear Prudence, won't you come out today? That always kind of sounds up in your face, doesn't it? If stuff is tuned a little bit up in the treble, I'm sensitive at 4K, then that's going to sound almost like they're on your lap licking your face. And it does actually kind of sound very close to that on Dear Prudence. So you can listen to that. I'm trying to be super specific with people. You can listen to the Beatles. It sounds really clear. The bass intro line, dong, sounds really good. I could think that people who listen to this and come from dynamic drivers might find something like the Beatles to be a little, you'd have to maybe adjust a little bit on the EQ or listen at lower volumes, because the vocals sound right up on me. And on America, Tin Man, it kind of did the same thing. So it sounds like a brilliant set as far as clarity and resolution goes. The bass sounds fine as far as the realistic replay of a bass guitar sounds brilliant on this set. The sub bass is notably if you're OCDing a little bit off, and I do OCD, as you guys know, on my channel. Would that bother you? I guess it depends on how much stuff you listen to that has stuff around 45 hertz. It's down. And if you listen to a lot of vocals, I think this would probably be appealing to you, but if you're sensitive at 4K, it might tire you after a while. But again, if you're really audiophile, you might be a master with like hitting your switch and you got a preset on there which would turn it into the perfect set. Its build quality, so the mids are great, slightly forward. The treble is really good. It's a little bit elevated to my ears, particularly for vocals, and sub bass is a little bit down. The bass otherwise, besides the sub bass, sounds really good. The build quality seems, I think they're beautiful. I think they're really, really nice, and I like them. I think they fit really comfortable. The adjustment is a little bit stiff. When I first pulled out, I was like, Prrr. But otherwise, this is a set that I'm going to use when I start doing amp DAC reviews, because it sounds 90% awesome, and the 5% in the sub bass, 5% somewhere in the treble around 4K kilohertz. I can compensate for that with my brain because I know that it exists. Like the MA900s have their own unique signature, and I know what that is, and I know how it relates when I'm listening to gear. So this would be a set that I would start to use when I start to do amp DACs, because it's a reasonable, if somebody says, you know, what is that set, and I want stuff that is accessible to my viewers, this is a set you could buy. This is not stupid crazy expensive. It's really nice. I would give it a rec. God, there's IEMs that are not anything, nothing like this. Remember, these are over your ears, and you're getting something similar to listen to speakers, which I grew up with, and I don't know about what you grew up with. Stuff that you stick in your ears it's in your head a lot of the times. This is on your ear, and it sounds more like being there. Even when the vocals are kind of on you, it's like you're closer to the stage as opposed to in your ears where it's in your head. It's not as fatiguing on headphones as it is on IEMs, so it's not that big a deal. It could be a deal breaker on IEMs, not on headphones, because it's just the way the replay goes. So do I wreck the set? I love it. I'm not going to hang it up on a wall or anything, but I'm going to be pulling out when I start doing amps and DACs. So that's it for this review. And this is the left, this is the right. I think I placed it like that. Ready? Left, right. Somebody said it was wrong. And now I'm out.